to the embassy. Make sure you find that like button and the subscribe button and negotiate your way to becoming a diplomat with all the rights and privileges thereunto. Who am I? I'm Ambassador Al, the ambassador of Marvel Strike Force and the envoy of winning. Joining me today is my friend DULOM, who is awesome, getting started on Twitch and YouTube, all these cool things, and he's smarter than he gives himself credit for, and I'm trying to make myself look smarter by piggybacking on his ideas. That's what we do. All right, how are we winning today? Today we're going to bring up solutions for zombies. Zombies are starting today, and we love that there's a Halloween event. I love the what if universe, all the cool stuff. When once a year, one more zombie is great. What I don't like is that for the entire rest of the year, new players are always like, well, I can't get them. Free-to players like, well, I got him at like 3 stars and I'll never get more stars. And there's and it's all this stress and things. So we're trying to figure out how do I balance it out, especially in today's game where we're expecting and we're demanding, and the company even told us, hey, we want to make a friendlier game where people actually can get 7 yellow stars on characters with a reasonable amount of time without spending all their money, so you can get red stars, so you can get diamonds, because diamonds don't work without the red stars. The red stars don't work without the yellow stars, and none of it works unless you can get there and without being a super crazy spender and being on every day and don't miss a day for the entire year, all that FOMO. So how do we find a solution between what's going on and where we want things to go? I'm gonna turn my face off camera because I love the slides I made, and I'll bring DULOM on and we're gonna chat about different things. So a couple things, let's get a little ground rules, and I'll bring DULOM in real quick. 1 sec. One, I love my slider. But yeah, general goal. They said, it's in a blog, it said so. Players can earn 7 stars, 7, all the way, on new characters within 6 months of release. Yes, but zombies are special characters. They're different. They're like legendaries. They're different. They're different. I'm like, yeah, they're different, but doesn't mean they should be so restricted we never get them. Also, what are they going to do? They said, hey, we're going to make characters more available 4 months after release. The shard availability will go up. But that could be a campaign node. It could be a orb. It could be a store location. It could be any damn thing. What does that mean? More availability, more offers, so you can spend more money. It could be anything. It's kind of vague, which is kind of how it goes. All right, so we thought, hey, actually I was like, man, is it crazy? Shouldn't zombies be kind of special, but not super special? Can't get them? And then I asked DULOM, my man who's a Twitch, DULOM is here, is his handle for YouTube and for Twitch. DULOM, get on the line. Tell me, again, your brilliant idea, which I'm running with on the next slide.
Yeah, so I thought that obviously zombies are a special release, and they should stay as a special release because they're, adding, it seems, one toon to the Undying team every year now, right? We had Zim last year, now we have Zombie Jugs this year. So I feel like we should definitely keep it special because they are a special toon. They're one of the only toons that aren't legendaries that require dark promotion credits, which I think is cool. But I feel like not having any availability for them outside of paying money is kind of ridiculous. A year later, a Zombie Iron Man is only at 4 stars for me because I never spent money, and that's ridiculous. So our solution was, after the 4 months, is putting them as the free web claim, since Mr. Negative is quite outdated currently, but putting them as the free web claim after 4 months, so they're very slowly farmable, and it's being gated by a 24-hour calendar rather than being able to core a campaign event over and over again, or a campaign mission over and over again, or just having a bunch of orbs saved up. So the exclusivity is still there for the Krakens to incentivize them to spend early, but people that weren't around early are still able to unlock the character if they weren't around at all during Halloween, or they're able to get those stars that are going to make especially Zombie Juggernaut really good, because he's going to need the stars to survive since he's the tank.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you 100% on all of this. That's why I brought you on board. But yeah, I think now, of course, people say they'll never go for this. They'll never do this. But so one thing is, in order for players to do this, they do have to log in every single day to get shards. And we're not saying tons of shards. For example, I said 3 shards. Again, there's a 4-month window where there's nothing happening. And then 3 shards a day for Zombie Juggernaut, which is not going to be a ton, and 5 Fireman Zombie because he's a little bit older. It's already been a whole year. Let's step it up where players can get there. It's not a big deal. That window of exclusivity that we like with new characters and new things, that's time's up, Krakens, time's up, whales. You've had Zombie Iron Man. You've had your chance to play with him and dominate him. What we're going to do, Not that he's been not that you have to have him at 7 stars, which is great. Not that he has to have 7 red stars to be great, which is cool. But I don't trust that future characters in the zombie line or any line will be that way, where they're not going to scale, because players do like characters to scale, and the company makes more money selling us more character shards. So of course they're going to make them scale. So I like the idea. I think it's a compromise idea. Maybe it's just 1 shard a day. I don't know. Of us finding a way that players can still get there for free if they're willing to wait months and months, days and days, weeks and weeks, versus buying an offer or getting the campaign event. Or if they're just new, they couldn't even do it. They've got a path to get there. I haven't done the math on how many stars you get, how fast, but it feels like this is a slow enough trickle that it could actually happen. But a big enough move where over a course of a month, you've got something going. What do you think? You think this will be like, oh, no way, it can't happen because it's too free? Or people are like, this isn't good enough, I still can't get my shards? Where do you think this lands?
Well, going off of Zombie Iron Man, I had 40 out of 80 shards for a year until the recent release in the Strike Pass, and then soon to be on the event today that's going to have shards in the orb. So sitting at 85 shards for a year for a tune is not great. That's really bad. So I think I had 40 over a 3-star. So it was 140 shards. I apologize. So it was 140 shards. But sitting at that 140 shards, if we're proposing you get 3 shards a day from a zombie Juggernaut, if you're trying to get to that 810 to get that 7-star, that's still 670 shards. Divided by 3 shards, it's 220 days. So that's about 7 months of free claims. That's a long time to wait to get to a 7-star. So that would be about 11 months after the release, because 4 plus 7 is 11. And that would be right about when the next Halloween character is coming out. And I feel when the next Halloween character comes out, you should have the previous one at 7-star or close to it for being highly, highly engaged. The fact that I'm only at 4 stars for Zombie Iron Man a year after his release, and a new character who's going to be just as gated has just come out, it's almost like, what's the point? Like, why would you gate it that long? I understand the team is going to be great on War, and the team is now brought back into the meta as well, but I don't think it's worth that level of gated to be a whole year stuck at 3 stars.
Yeah, I agree, and I think the thing is, I think there's a balance where where I personally, just me personally, nothing about the community, just my own personal, like, I kind of like that they're super exclusive. I kind of like that. If you weren't here for last Halloween event, that's it. You didn't get them. Too bad. But it's not like they're like some, an apocalypse level character. Any of them are that great where they just dominate. Oh, they're going to kick butt in Arena and War and Crucible and Raids and whatever. I'm like, no, they're kind of a niche thing, especially where it's like, especially Zombie Juggernaut, where it's like a lot of War offense mostly, but maybe War defense, but it's War. A lot of players in the game don't even care that much about War. So it's not destroying the game to have 1 or 2 characters that are like super kind of crazy exclusive, but they're not like it costs $1,000. They're just, you have to be a veteran player and play all the time. And most of our player base, I think actually over 2/3 of our player base is command level 85 and above. So it's not like we've got a bunch of new people playing the game who are like, oh, I'll never play because I don't get this character that changes my whole game. I think I like the quirky, like, it's a silver foil character only available by mailing in 3 cereal box tops. Or, I kind of like that weird stuff in the game here and there. Just here and there, 1 or 2 out of 260 characters or whatever. I don't think it's game breaking, but I'll meet you in the middle. It's exclusive for a while, and then it trickles into like it's not as exclusive. I think one person in chat said, "Hey, how about like you get a 1 full year of zombie like we have with Zombie Iron Man, right? Like Zombie Juggernaut, you get him right now, or you don't get him and you wait next Halloween. We'll put him in the free claims. You got a whole year." I'm like, I wouldn't be opposed to that, but I think a middle ground for the general populace would be that 4-month window where it's exclusive, and then it gets less exclusive, and then after by the point, like you said before, once we get to next Halloween, you've got them on all the way to 6 stars, 7 stars should be done by next Halloween without having to go dip in your wallet. There's got to be some middle ground. That's where we're kind of going for. That's why I went for 3 shards for the newer one and 5 for the older one. Is a faster catch up on the older one since we missed doing this last year. I wasn't here to tell them this good idea last year. They didn't. I wasn't doing videos. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that window of exclusivity is more important? Are you okay with it being quirky and have a long wait, or are you like, man, players just need to get everything 7 stars, whether it's a zombie or not a zombie? What are we? Why are they getting special treatment?
No, I definitely understand why they're getting special treatment, because they're bringing one of the year 1 tunes, year 2 tunes, Hela, back into the meta yet again, and even she hasn't left. Zombie Iron Man brought her back into the meta, which was great. But keeping her in the meta still, and we all have her massive, we all have her at 7 stars, is great. Zombie Iron Man being as exclusive as he was, the problem is he should be less exclusive now. There's no reason for him to be still be as exclusive as he is when the next new thing has come out. It's the same thing with bottlenecks in the game. Blue ISO 5 was super exclusive, and then they came out with G18, and then Blue ISO let up a little bit. Guess what? Diamonds are now going to be super exclusive, and then G18 is starting to get pushed out to lower people. That's how it works. Unfortunately, they're keeping the same bottleneck and then only giving us a little bit of shards up front in the pass or in some orbs, but then where's the permanent solution to the farming? I don't see a permanent solution with Zombie Iron Man. Obviously, we don't know what's coming, only Scopely does, but as of right now, there's no permanent solution, and after a year of sitting at 3 stars, that's way too long. That's unacceptable, no matter how exclusive the character is. So the only other character that we had that was kind of like a Zombie Iron Man or a Zombie Juggernaut was Quicksilver, because he was released at more expensive than normal offers, dark promotion credit character, all that kind of stuff. But the accessibility was there from day one. The accessibility for Zombie Iron Man was not there from day one. It wasn't even there until day 360 when they just put him in the pass. And that's nowhere near enough to be relevant anymore, which he is still relevant, but unfortunately it's just too long of a wait for everyone.
Yeah, and I'll transition to we get closer to our summary here, is I'll also say this, same with Quicksilver, Spider-Man Big Time as a reward for raid season stuff. Those characters they still feel special, they still feel exclusive, they still take over time, you can get them, and the same way this is, but they're still kind of cool, they're still in the meta, but they're not game breaking. And they're also all dark promo credits. So people were like, oh, well, if you can't give 7 stars, you can't do 7 red stars, and you can't do diamonds. I'm like, but they're dark promo credit kind of characters anyway. You're not going to get the 6 red star and 7 red star unless you have a lot of dark promos. So it's not the same thing as getting Gamora to 7 red stars so you can get diamond 1, 2, and 3. It's not the same because they're still going to be kind of gated behind dark promo credits, even if you got them for free. So it's not it's just not the same. Those characters, like I said, Quicksilver is I think a great comparison. Big Time, same sort of thing where, you could try to buy them early, or you got to wait over time, and you'll eventually get there. And by the time you get there, hopefully you have enough dark promo credits to unlock the higher stars and diamonds anyway. But in the meantime, you don't have to make them 0. Don't make them. There's a middle ground between we're all gonna party, we're all gonna all this stuff, and also no one gets the party, no one gets anything. I think the middle ground is if you want them to 4 stars, 5 stars, 6 stars early, you can. If you're willing to wait, you can get the trickle, and the trickle should be real versus it being 0, no tap, nothing happening at all. So there's a middle ground there. Let's wrap it up here a little bit. I'll read a few slides. You jump in. I think it's important that, I think they need to still, let me turn my camera here. They still have a separate special place in the game. I love it. There's the quirkiness of that. They're special releases, but doesn't have to be so special, so unique that they never exist again. And I think it's important that new players can unlock the zombies. And what if you started the game in June and you want to play the character? You can't. It doesn't exist. There's not even an offer. You can't even spend money for it. And that's kind of cool, but is it? I think also free-to-play players, eventually you want to get your stars, man. I think it's okay for free-to-play players like, hey, look, I unlocked it 2 stars or 3 stars, whatever. I'll eventually get them to 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not in a big rush, but I don't want to never get the character big. This is ridiculous. I think we get there. And I think also that spending players, we're going to label them, whether you're a heavy spender, light spender, you can get that advantage for the first 4 months, but not forever. Not forever, ever. Just for 4 months, not forever. So I think all those things will help keep zombies special, but also make zombies farmable in some way. Farmable, fountainable, orbable, blah, 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 blah. Free claimable for free. I think you can get all those things done. What do you think? Which of those things do you want to hit on? What have I gotten right? What have I gotten wrong? I I'll ask you first, Dulum, but also you on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. Share with all your Discord people how I'm crazy or a genius, or Dulum is, if I'm the genius and Dulum's crazy, or it's probably the other way around. I know. Or just comment down below. Does this make sense? Does it not make sense? Is it not good enough? Is it not good at all? Make sure you tell me. But yeah, Dulum, what do you think? What bullet points there do you want to go back and talk about real quick before we try to wrap it up?
Yeah, so I would definitely say keeping zombies special, obviously, because that's the point of them, right? They're a special unlock. They need to stay special. They need to feel special. I'm also not saying, hey, make them super easily farmable super soon, because then that ruins the exclusivity of them, and it ruins the Kraken's want to buy it and fund the game, because we need a game to play ad-free, and people who are paying for the game make us play the game ad-free, which is great. But I feel like the misstep is there's no end in sight on when I'm going to get a 7-star zombie Iron Man. I play this game every day. I play, I'm super engaged, but I still don't even have a 5-star zombie Iron Man after a year. So making it easier to farm them is better, but making that slow trickle, which is why we went with the 3 shards instead of doing 5 or 10 or anything like that. It still should be a slow trickle, so it's a very slow grind, and it is also gated by a 24-hour calendar rather than putting a super exclusive character in a store or on a campaign node. I think gating it behind that 24-hour calendar makes them still extremely valuable and extremely special, which is what I feel like they deserve. We've had Mr. Negative in the free claims for way too long now. I think I have 1,700 shards for him almost, which a 7-star
but if you're
is
a new
in the
player,
800s.
But if you're a new player and you join today, you can start getting your free claims on Mr. Negative, and it's fine. I think
Absolutely.
I think you just layer them up, stack them up. I don't mind having 3 and 4 or 5 more free claims if that's what we need to do for free players,
Absolutely. Either put more or change the availability for Mr. Negative to somewhere that is super friendly, like the Blitz store, at a lower cost, maybe at like 350. So it's a beginning, tune, because like the minions are 350. Some of the really old tunes are 350. And then update it, because right now I look at that free claim and I go, there's no point of even claiming this. What's the point? I don't even want the ultimate shards. There's no point. There's no need for it.
At some point, it'd be nice if it. I think that their intention was for it to be able to check your account and say, "Oh, you already have them 7 stars," and then not give you the free claim, because why bother? But I guess they couldn't get that to work out. So yeah, let's wrap with this. I think again, may not be the most perfect solution, but I think it's a good balance. I think people the sweaty tryhards, the free to plays, the heavily engaged players who hit the events, are still not going to get 7 stars from characters, not based on how the events are designed, not how it was designed a year ago, not how the one's currently designed for now. But I think those people should get rewarded by able to getting the 6 stars, 7 stars within a few months. I think the 6-month window is still attainable for free-to-play players if they're super crazy grindy with the cores and the events and they get lucky on the orbs, blah, 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 blah. But at least make it maybe by 7 or 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, as opposed to right now, where, like you said, it's been a whole year and a lot of people in the game do not have a 7-star zombie Iron Man. Not that do we deserve one? Why I think if it's 7 stars, if in 6 months is a standard for normal characters, I think 7 stars in 12 months should be fine for premium characters. And this is a way to kind of split the gap between the two of those. We'll see. But I think it's gonna be all for today. Dulum, I love it. This was Dulum's suggestion, and we kind of fleshed it out together. So give him all the credit in the world. Make sure you follow and subscribe to this guy. I'll put the links down below in the description for his YouTube handle. Against Dulom is here, DULOMISHERE. And same thing on Twitch, twitch.tv/Dulom is here. Check him out in both places. But until next time, we're always trying to find ways to win. Always trying to find ways to win this channel, because winning beats losing. Losing is not getting to play. As long as you're in the game, you win the fight of the night. But more important than that, stay in the game. Keep on being a gamer, and you will always stay winning. Love you guys. Next time. Bye.